welcome to that time of the month's Earth Day Show live stream. Now please welcome to the screen your host, Megan. Wearing real pants doesn't make her brave, but not wearing a bra does. Ross!
Thank you, Natalie Wright and the It's Just Her band, and welcome to the Earth Day live stream episode of That Time of the Month. Our show is hosted by a woman and featuring an all-woman and non-binary lineup, which means 4 out of 4 of us found nothing controversial about the size or time of day of Ina Garten's Cosmopolitan. All right, she is a woman of elegance and accuracy, end of discussion. Now, for those of you watching at home who are used to our stage show at Fallout Theater, this is going to be a bit of an adjustment for us. You know, when faced with the challenge of performing in front of an empty room instead of a live audience, one might resort to using a laugh track. But that's a cheap trick, and my highbrow humor doesn't need to rely on lazy tropes. Besides, I have plenty of experience performing in front of empty rooms. I spent my early 20s doing improv in bar basements across New York City. All right, that's enough of that. Also, be careful what you wish for, because I've always dreamed of being able to have my dog Dreidel join me on stage at that time of the month. And here we are. Can you see him? He's not unconscious. Also, I am pretty confident that Dreidel single-handedly is responsible for the worldwide spread of coronavirus as an elaborate attempt to have his mommy lose her job and have to stay home indefinitely. As far as I know, Squirrel Soup kicked this whole thing off. Oh my gosh. So it's true, we're all getting more laid off than laid these days. And let me be the 6.6 millionth person to tell you that the job market is bleak out there. For example, I applied to a social media job at an egg farm. Yes, that's a real thing. And in addition to a personality test, they made me take a timed competence exam without a calculator, which was mostly made up of math problems that you would never come across in real life, let alone a social media job at an egg farm. And guess who got rejected before even being interviewed? Or rather, who's got 10 fingers and doesn't know how to use them to take SAT-style math questions? This chick, all right? I know you're probably thinking, wow, Megan, bringing this up on your late night show live stream, aren't you worried about burning that bridge? No. If anything, I would be frying or scrambling it and topping it off with some delicious Yellowbird hot sauce. Oh, and now for a quick segment I like to call impulse purchases I made during quarantine, because participating in the game of capitalism while clinically depressed is how I mask my perpetual sadness. A classic from the 50s, I believe. All right, let's see what we've got first. This is a Bando wine glass tumbler with a lid, aka an adult sippy cup, which is stiff competition for my preferred method of drinking, which is typically out of a Dollar Tree wine or beer glass with problematic copywriting that not so subtly reveals a drinking problem. This one says, "Someone get this beer a guy." I'm concerned. Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got an essential oil diffuser. None of those words, which I know, mean anything. You can tell which items I bought before and after becoming furloughed. Smells like the new identity I've adapted during quarantine. I'm cooking and baking and I don't know who I am anymore. And lastly, we've got this Otherland candle that's supposed to smell like the 90s perfume from Gap called Dream. I actually really like this scent. It reminds me of being rejected from all genders during my youth. Please note that none of these brands are official sponsors of the show tonight. But that being said, I am willing to accept any and all SpawnCon, blood money, pack money, or period blood money, regardless of my unemployment status. So, Passover was a couple weeks ago. I know, what are weeks? Anyone else celebrate? I just got a modest applause from my boyfriend Spencer and my dog Dreidel in the room, both who are Jewish. I guess we can all agree that the Moses quote, "Let my people go," has never felt more real, right? Yeah. Somewhere out there, there's a quarantined Jewish real housewife who's hashtagging her gefilte fish with "Let my people go" to brunch. Ooh, rough. It's rough. Even the rich are struggling. They can't get their nails done. Easter was also this past Sunday. Don't worry, Shiksas, you are seen too, as if our government didn't make that clear enough. And despite being raised Catholic, I gotta say, there's not a ton that I have in common with Jesus, aside from the fact that some of my best friends are whores too. Also, I am currently perusing the Book of Job, or rather, the Book of Job. It's called LinkedIn, and it is also all about human suffering. And now, the reason why we're all here tonight celebrating Earth Day is coming up this Wednesday. And I think it's the first time in decades that we can say that the Earth is going to outlive us all. Have you guys looked outside recently? Mother Earth is thriving. The birds are chirping, the deer are frolicking, the animal kingdom has returned to their rightful thrones. It is like a live-action Disney movie out there, minus the villains, which are us. All right, I call dibs on Jafar. I've got the Arab genes and the chin hair to prove it. It is almost as if Mother Earth went on a juice cleanse, and now it's just the celery root that's making her bloated, not our greenhouse gases. All right, enough whining from me. Are you guys ready to start the show? I can't hear you. No, I really can't hear you. Our first guest of the evening hails from Denver, Colorado, where she hosts the stand-up show, The New Old Boys Club. Please welcome the wonderful Lillian Robinson.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. You caught me reading the latest edition of Martha Stewart's Living, my favorite quarantine read. Not a cry for help. As Megan said, my name is Lillian. I'm a Denver-based comedian, and I'm gonna be real with you all. I've had some trouble feeling funny, feeling, like I'm able to write in this weird time, and I'm trying to unsubscribe from the productivity culture that we're all in. And since this is an Earth Day themed show, not many people know, but I actually have a Bachelor of Science in horticulture. So I thought it could be fun if I just, instead of doing kind of my classic stand-up bits, if I just share some facts about trees with you all. A little different, but let's get into it. The first species I'm going to be talking to you all about tonight is the weeping willow. This is the true definition of a sad boy. This pansexual sweetie is currently applying to art schools on the East Coast. He'll text you up just to follow up with a poem that he wrote about your collarbone. Strengths: reliable source of attention, of course, and has a good LSD hookup. Weaknesses: he's a bit much and is a preachy vegan. Next up, you may recognize this is the palm tree. This is your most fun friend. She's always going out, she's partying, vacationing. She's not just drinking, she's like ripping shots in her late 20s, all right? Queen bee of the group and a little bit bitchy, but we love her. Strengths: unbelievable Instagram following, and she always knows how to get your best angles. You can't give that up. Weaknesses: unfortunately, if you alienate yourself from her, you can say goodbye to that friend group. Next up is the Japanese cherry blossom. This is the sexiest tree on earth, all right? Attractive to everyone. This is the Angelina Jolie or the George Clooney of trees. Impossible to resist. Now, strengths: stunningly attractive, sugary sweet. Weaknesses: doesn't tip 20% and still orders from Amazon. Next up is the pine tree. You all may be familiar with the pine tree. You can find her out on a hike with her husky, smoking a hand-rolled J, on the way to hang up her Eno and do some journaling. Now, this, if the Japanese cherry blossom is the sexiest tree on earth, The pine tree is the sexiest tree for lesbians. Let's just be clear on that. Strengths: can assemble IKEA furniture for you and is emotionally available. Nice in this economy, very hard to find. Weaknesses: reminds you of your ex and always wears Patagonia, even when you're going out to a nice restaurant. Next up is the giant sequoia. The giant sequoia, this is a former college basketball player who friend zoned you but keeps being all flirty. He does CrossFit and won't stop sharing his WOD, workout of the day, on Instagram Live. Strengths: rich and willing to share and throws lavish parties. Weaknesses: very dumb. You can't be that big and not be very dumb. Also still uses Axe body spray because it reminds him of his youth. Next up is the birch tree. The birch tree, this is the hot 20-somethings yoga teacher who only will teach at Core Power Yoga. She thinks you should be really maximizing your time in quarantine. Wouldn't want to get the quarantine 15. Strengths: really fun to hate scroll and has a cute Bernie doodle you like to look at when you're sad. Weaknesses: everything. Now I'll be ranking these trees at the end. So this is a speed round, exempt from the ranking because these are trees you can eat stuff from, and everyone knows those are the most superior trees. Lemon tree owns a mansion in the Hamptons, of course. Avocado tree, the one that got away. Maple tree, this is that hockey hunk you met in Alberta. You had sex for 3 days straight, and then you never talked again. Amazing. This is actually a photo of me. Cherry tree, vacations in Marfa, Texas. Peach tree, of course, Southern Belle, living off of daddy's money, honey. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Magnolia tree. All right, this is a suburban mom of 4. She is quite wholesome. She has 18 rhubarb plants. She's always seems to be coming back from Whole Foods, chasing her son around. Strengths: always down for consuming 14 glasses of wine together on a Zoom happy hour. Weaknesses: loves and believes in Gwyneth Paltrow, and you think she might be an anti-vaxxer. Our last tree tonight is the Bonzai tree. Now this is your most loyal, wisest, selfless friend, right? Formed through years of trauma. Wears Warby Parker glasses, has a tattoo sleeve, and of course is a sober queer. Strengths: constantly baking sourdough bread for you and others, and of course does pottery. Weaknesses: sometimes can overdo it on sharing Instagram therapy posts and is a bit too into meditation. Now, of course, with all of my scientific knowledge and know-how, I have ranked these trees for you so that you can sleep well tonight. First up is the bonsai tree. It's just small, cute, adorable. No questions about this one. Number 2 is the pine tree. As a lesbian, I'm legally required to put this top 3 or I'm going to lose my standing. 3, giant sequoia. Kind of opposite of bonsai being small. This one's really big and it's adorable. And then, of course, the rest of them don't really matter, but feel free to judge my rankings accordingly. Obviously, Birch is last. Again, I'm a scientist. So that's it for me. Questions, comments, concerns, feel free to DM me and we can talk about trees more. Happy Earth Day, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and bye.
Thank you, Natalie. You can follow Lillian on Instagram at Lily5Lines for upcoming projects and shows. And now for our first round of improv commercials from Say Uncle.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining me in my, well, living room.
It's really beautiful. Have you done something different? I smell.
Yes, I'm living in it.
No way. You're so crazy. Living in a living room.
Use mine to dry my dishes.
Well, yes, that's the traditional use, you know. Oh.
And this is an ad for carpets.
I'm speechless. She left. Who was that beautiful woman? I don't know. Did you know her? I just saw her carpet and I felt so. I thought you guys knew her. I kind of just went along with it.
You guys, I'm so embarrassed. I just ripped my carpet up and found hardwood floors.
Don't tell anyone that ever again. Don't tell anyone you ever said that. She's back.
Kitchens.
Oh no, she's showing us more of her house.
And these are the tile floors.
Who is this woman? Why is she in her house? She's gone again. What is her?
My God, the mystery on this woman.
The mystery is unmatched.
It's similar to the mystery of why someone would cover up my wooden floors with carpet.
That's
Because
right.
they look
bad. We're gonna talk about your floors. Oh, she's back. Oh, she's back. Okay. Oh, fun. What's your story? Anything else to show us, or?
Goodbye.
Okay. Oh, wait. Goodbye. Do we think she's okay? We call 911? I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call 911. Okay. Call 911? 911, everybody? All around? Yeah, I think 911.
Coles, the place for your house.
Coles.
Has this ever happened to you? You're all alone. You can't wait for somebody to show up and... Is that the doorbell?
Ding dong.
I wonder who it is. Who is it? Hello?
Oh, hi.
It's weird that you came over. I didn't invite you. I didn't even clean.
Oh, well, I've got the best product for you.
Did you bring Febreze?
Wow.
Wow. That's amazing.
I thought your house would reek.
And it did. How spot on. Does anyone ever get tired of wearing the same old pants every day?
Yeah, mine got holes in them. What's that about?
That's crazy. These are just some of the problems that can happen with pants. And I have a solution for you. Going back to
That was beautiful. I can't wait to get sued by Kohl's. Our strong female leader this month is a professor at UT's Department of Geological Sciences and a climate change expert. She's also the chair of the American Meteorological Society's Board of Climate Variability and Change and serves on the NSF-GEO Advisory Council. This is why I can't do social media for an egg farm. Please welcome the brilliant Dr. Kerry H. Cook. Dr. Cook, thank you so much for joining us. Or I'll call you Kerry if you're more comfortable with that.
Yes, I'm much more comfortable with that. Thank you.
Can you share with our online audience how you decided to pursue a career in the field you're in with a focus on climate change and its effects?
Oh, well, I guess it was a long, winding path, but mostly I liked working with big computer models. And I like just earthy kind of naturey stuff. So those come together in the big models that we use to run to predict how climate's going to change.
Have you ever been like working on something and just scream out of something you found out about? Because climate change is ever evolving, and have your entire career be dedicated to it, I'm sure you're uncovering some frightening facts all the time.
Yes.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
to bring that up for you.
frightening in their certainty, and also frightening. I've been doing this a long time, and I guess in the beginning it felt a little theoretical,
Mhm.
and now just all the things that we predicted are coming true. And so the things that make me scream is when there's an event happens, like Hurricane Harvey, for example, and it dumps all this rain in southern Texas exactly as predicted, 30 years ago.
Mhm. Along with that answer, what challenges do you face as a staunch believer in science and facts while teaching in a state full of legislators who would sooner believe the word of Bucky the Beaver over a scientist and other experts?
Well, first of all, the students that I teach are not challenges that way. And I'm teaching at the University of Texas, and not all of our students are from Texas. And I find them to be open-minded and smart and just wanting to hear about the science. So it's not, the complete disconnect between that attitude and the attitude of the legislatures is very stark, and concerns me that we don't have a representative government.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I feel like there are enough of us who believe in the truth. And like you said, we don't have the representatives that align with those beliefs. It's almost as if they are interested in something else, maybe corporate money or,
Funny, isn't it?
yeah.
Little
Uh,
power,
it's
maybe.
Yes. So I am guilty of coveting thy neighbor's wife, in this case, Iceland, which is nearly entirely run on renewable energy. Do you see a future where America can get its shit together and shift from fossil fuels to clean, renewable energy? Why or why not?
Yes, I do, because I think it's going to be necessary. And, we're already taking steps in that direction. Some states, and almost every city, the mayors and the governors and are leading our states. And they're the ones acting on climate change. Austin has an incredible climate resilience plan. Um, Texas, surprisingly enough, is the biggest supplier of wind energy in the country, maybe the world, I'm not sure. And so you see individuals acting, you see states acting, and especially cities acting. So I think we're going to get there. And after perhaps the next election, things will propagate to the federal level as well.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why these local elections are so important, because it's sort of like the baby steps that lead up to um, bigger change across the country. But luckily, we do have some people, like you said, in Austin, that can make sure that clean energy is a priority and
Right.
not.
But what we really need to do is kind of change the economics in the country, so that so there's either a tax on carbon or some kind of cap and trade, and then all the companies, who many of them want to change their behavior, but they cannot, because they're beholden to their their investors. But if we can change the basic economics in the country, which has to happen at the federal level, then that'll be the last step in place that'll allow us to start dealing with this.
Hmm. Hopefully, we'll see that happen sooner than later. Otherwise, I think I'm going to move to Iceland. What's a little off topic? What's something you're doing during quarantine that brings joy to you right now?
I'm doing some baking like everybody else, and I don't have any yeast. But the last time she visited, my daughter brought me sourdough, so that's keeping me a sourdough starter. So that's keeping me going. I'm really reading very light and silly books.
What else? Watching stupid old television shows, just like everybody else. Designing women. How about designing women?
Oh, I love Designing Women. That's like a perfect timeless show. I know people have been like going back and saying that it still holds up. Like it's just an incredible show. And yeah, I need to go back into the Designing Women cults, because I know it's just like very inspiring characters that are very funny. Let's see here. Do you have a favorite memory or example from the work you've done?
Well, I think a lot of my favorite memories have to do with some of my graduate students. It's kind of a process bringing someone through to the PhD, and somewhere along the way, always kind of a light bulb goes off, and all of a sudden they're independent scientists.
Mhm.
And it happens usually pretty quickly. And so for some people, it has to do with getting up a base of knowledge. For others, and a lot of my students are women, a lot of times it's a turnover in confidence. To realize that you know what you're doing, and you can own the room. And so I think those are some of my favorite memories, seeing those little bright lights turn on.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for teaching the next generation of people who will hopefully help us fix our big problem. Because I feel bad that we're leaving it to the teens. Like we're pushing it off so far that we're like, let's just have like 13-year-olds who are going through puberty deal with it. Finally, what advice would you have for those of us sitting at home right now wondering, how could we save our planet while the administration is trying to kill it, and us for that matter?
I think the most important thing we can do is to be active in the political process. Actually, I mean, we can slow this down a little bit and we should, by doing our own methods of not releasing as much carbon into the atmosphere, of course, to tread more lightly on the earth. But it's going to take a federal level and a global level effort, especially at this point, since we've delayed so long. And I think the only way we can do that is if we have, at the federal level, a government that understands the science and is willing to act to help future generations, and really current generations, survive. So
yeah,
vote, and also be politically active to try to swing things.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope everyone uses that as a takeaway. Decrease your carbon footprint and increase your block walking for same candidates. And normally I have, a strong female leader gift from Dollar Tree. I couldn't go to Dollar Tree to get you a nice problematic wine glass, but I did find this whale splash toy. I believe this is the last, probably second to last whale left on the planet because of us. But I will deliver to you at some point in the future. Thank you so much
to that.
Thank you so much, Kerry, for joining us once again. It is always an honor. You can follow Dr. Kerry H. Cook on Twitter at Kerry on Climate for more of her brilliant insights. And now for another round of improv commercials from Say Uncle.
Being at home can be tough. That's why I rely on my friend, Glad Candles.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you were here the whole time. Oh, no, it's so.
Okay. I mean, okay, you just said your friend, so I just kind of thought I would hop in, but then you said the thing about candles, and I realized
we talked about
that
this.
wasn't about me.
Threesome. We're a pair.
Yeah, so sorry. Did you say the word friend?
No.
Yeah, I was actually just talking about candles.
Yeah, I'm just like lonely right now, so I was like, "Oh, friend, hop on."
I'm just pitch my candles.
Unfortunately, she's not talking about us, though.
I'm talking about Glad can't. You know what? Glad's not going to sponsor me at this point, so I guess it's done. Oh,
Glad Candles, a friend for your home.
Wait, are they paying you too? Wait, hold on. Is Glad paying you? Glad said they would pay me. Okay.
What about a nice cold beer? You know,
There's nothing like kicking back with the friends during hard times over Zoom with a nice cold beer.
Are you getting paid for this?
No,
What about a
I'm hoping to work
glass-
my way up to getting paid. You know what I mean?
No, it was really good.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
I think she has something to pitch.
Oh, well, yeah. What about a glass of blood?
What?
She's always one-upping me. You know, this is BS.
I just couldn't do it anymore. You know, I was at home and my kids were just screaming, and I thought, I need help. And that's when I called 1-800-MAIDS. They really saved my life.
Hey, what can I do for you?
I can't stand my kids. Could you just like put them in a room and then clean a little bit?
Have we got a room for them?
Wait, what are you gonna do with my kids?
Well, we'll lock them in a little room and throw away the key.
I feel like no one has said that to me, and I'm so happy to hear that there's an issue and there's a solution.
Mommy!
Oh, get out of here! Mommy! Stop it!
Nope.
Mommy needs I'm calling 1-800-MAIDS.
What?
Wonderful. That was beautiful. Our next guest of the evening is one half of the sketch duo Glam Fam and host Jazz Queen at Native Hostel. Please welcome someone representing Linzy Beltran.
Hello, Megan. Hello, Megan. Hello, Natalie. Hello, babes. My name is Amber. For those of you who don't know me, I was a contestant on Love Island this past season. I mean, I got mugged off the first episode. Didn't even make it to the villa, but nonetheless, it's so great to be back in front of the camera. Okay, well, today I'm gonna show you how to make my famous pantry margaritas with everything you have in the pantry, all right? Whether you forgot about book club or you want to get horned up to be that bird at the club who's always drunk, this will get you horned up for both, all right? So we're gonna start with some tequila, right? We put a shot in there, hold on. It's quite heavy. Put a shot in there, and a shot of Perrier, or sparkling, whatever you have. Put that right in there. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. It landed on my tits. And then you're gonna do a shot yourself because it's been really hard recently. And why the fuck not, right? Okay, then you're gonna want to thicken it up a bit. So you're gonna add a bit of tomato sauce in there. Just a flick of the wrist, all right? A bit of flour, all right? You want to get it nice and thick. You don't want it to be easy to swallow, says my mum, all right? Oh my God. Did I tell you about the time I went to San Francisco and blew a guy on the Golden Gate Bridge? That's what this reminds me of. Woo! All right, then you're gonna get your little whisk right here. You're gonna make sure it's nice and wet. You're gonna whisk it right up. Whisk it right up. It should be the color of a nice vulva. Can you see it, Natalie? All right, so pretty. Smells so good. Mom, shut it, please. I'm making a video. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I'm living with my mum right now. I've been living with her for the past 9 months, and she lives with her boyfriend, and he is such a geezer. You know what I mean? He is so awful, and they always have sex, and it's so loud, and it's just absolutely cringe. All right, back to margarita. You can take another shot here if you want. I'm going to skip on that. You're going to add a bit of pudding in there. I like orange, and I like this little character I am. And then you're gonna add 2 little flicks like that, maybe 5. Whisk it again. Whisk it a little bit more. Then I like to add a gummy. All right. I found these probiotics in my mummy's closet, so I like to put in there because it reminds me of a king's cake where you get the baby, right? You whisk it a little more, but hold on. Our margaritas from Mexico, you're gonna want to make them a little bit ethnic. I like to add cumin. Other people like to add oregano. I'm gonna go ahead and do both, all right, to make them nice, spicy. They want to taste a little bit like an enchilada, all right? That smells so good, all right. There we go. Keep whisking away. It's nice and thick. Sometimes people stop me with oregano and they're like, is that marijuana? I say, no, that's not marijuana. All right, you're almost done with your drink. You want to top it off with 2 of my favorite ingredients. Another shot of tequila, all right? Do another one like that. And then, personally, one of my favorite foods, I find it to be the sexiest of the foods, mayonnaise, all right? Sometimes I put in my margaritas, and then sometimes I'll put some on my tits, get a bloke to lick them right off, you know what I mean? But when you can't go to the club, your dog has to lick them off, you know what I mean? All right? Lick them right off. Personally, tequila gives me diarrhea. It's nice that we have a probiotic in there. Final whisk. This is smelling so good. You want to take a look? Right there. I don't know if I'm doing that right. All right. Let's have a taste. Let's have a taste right in there. Oh my God, that's so bloody good. Oh God. You're done with it. All right. You've made yourself a drink for yourself for today. So cheers, babes. All right. Please don't forget to follow me on Twitter. All right. I'm at Amber for Love Island. There's more than one Amber, so you've got to scroll. I'm one of the bottom ones with 200 followers, give or take. Please stay safe out there unless you're encountering a healthy big knob. You know what I mean, Megan? Mwah. Bye. See you later.
I know what you mean, Lindsay, or Amber. You can follow Linzy on Instagram at Linzy Beltran USA for upcoming projects and shows. Are you guys ready for our desk bit? I still can't hear you. For our desk bit this month, we've got a few lovely gifts from our sponsors, Leah Bury, Yellowbird Sauce, and Fine Healing Goods. But like everything in life, except Jared Kushner's entire existence, you need to do something to earn it. So for you to win a prize, I'll ask you a few questions about the environment in a segment I like to call It Is Your Earth Day. I made Spencer do that. All for that line. Should I stay in the office? Maybe I'll stay in the office for a little bit. Alrighty. So our wonderful social coordinator, Sydney, will be checking the answers on Twitch chat and Facebook Live comment thread. So here are the rules. I have to read the entire question first. There's going to be A, B, and C. Whoever says the correct answer first will win the prize. She will DM me her email and get your prize redeemed at another time. I'll sponsor it. All right, so this one is for the Leah Bury illustration portrait, and we did all of our if you saw some of our portraits shared on our social media at the TOTM show. All right, the question is, clouds within a mile or so of Earth's surface tend to cool more than they warm. These low, thicker clouds mostly reflect the sun's heat. This cools Earth's surface. Clouds high up in the atmosphere tend to warm Earth more than they cool. High, thin clouds trap some of the sun's heat. This warms Earth's surface. As Earth's climate warms, there will also be fewer clouds to cool it down. Where did I learn this from? A, weather.com, B, NASA Climate Kids website, or C, my dog Dreidel whispered it to me when I was about to enter my REM cycle. So where did I learn those cloud facts? A, weather.com, B, NASA Climate Kids website, or C, my dog Dreidel whispered it to me when I was about to enter my REM cycle. Just waiting for someone to win. And while you're waiting, all right, we've got a winner. Tiny Tortillas. Wonderful. So Tiny Tortillas, we will DM you for your hopefully real contact info, but I actually hope that's your birth name. All righty. Let's move on to the next question. This is for the Yellowbird Sauce Organic Variety Pack. And I'm going to switch off of the office right now so that you can see the prize that you will win. There's 5 sauces. You'll get your own. I've used these already, personal use. All right. Question. Last year was the warmest year on record for temperature on Earth since which year? A, 2016, B, 1880, or C, humans are the virus? Which year was, last year was the warmest year on record for temperature on Earth since which year? A, 2016, B, 1880, or C, humans are the virus? It's, a lot of people are saying C, and the winner, I believe, is going to be, I can't tell. Oh, I think this, yeah, I think it's Big Al. Because the answer is A, 2016. Oh, did I also, the last answer for the other one was NASA Kids website. Yes, I learned my climate facts from NASA Kids. So, yes. All right, it looks like we have 2 winners. It's a tie, but that's okay because Yellowbird was so generous that they said we can also give 2 prizes. So let's give it to both Linzy and Annalise. They'll be getting delicious hot sauces. So Sydney will get both of their contact info. Tiny Tortillas is saying Yellowbird is amazing. I agree. Perfect for your tiny tortillas. And finally, this is the last prize we have from the lovely sponsor Fine Healing Goods, is donating lemon wellness drops. And these are worth $116. And you probably need those more than ever right now. The question is, plants are considered a critical resource because of the many ways they support life on Earth. They release oxygen into the atmosphere, absorb carbon dioxide, provide habitat and food for wildlife and humans, and blank. A, regulate soil, B, regulate the water cycle, or C, regulate humans' egos by keeping us humble when we manage to kill 2/3 of the succulents that enter our homes. So what do plants also do? A, regulate soil, B, regulate the water cycle, or C, regulate our egos when we kill all our plants? I'm gonna have Sydney choose the winner. And then I'll all right, Get It Gals won. The wonderful woman behind Get It Gals, who are also doing wonderful weekly Muzinga. I maybe said that wrong, but they're doing fundraisers that you can play musical bingo. Sorry, I'm plugging you without you asking, but they're a wonderful organization. I said wonderful 3 times. Deal with it. Sue me, government. The answer was regulate the water cycle. So they will be getting the Fine Healing and Wellness drops, and that's the end of our giveaways. Thank you for playing. You can check out our sponsors on Instagram and give them your goddamn money, because you should be supporting local and women-owned businesses, especially ones as generous as these, at Leah.creative, at Yellowbird Sauce, and at Fine Healing Goods. And now a treat for the rest of you watching at home. Even if you're not a winner, you're always a winner. Maybe not so much if you live in America. You can use the discount code TTOTM on finehealinggoods.com to get 15% off your purchase, a free stainless copper reusable straw, plus free shipping on top of that. That's finehealinggoods.com, and the code is Sydney will also share that in the comments and chat on Twitch and Facebook Live, so you can copy that and give them your money. Are you guys ready for your headliner? Once again, I can't hear you, but I'm sure you're all applauding in your homes. Our headliner this evening is the host of the popular show, Been Living Color at Fallout Theater, and her comedy album, Trash Baby, is available now on Bandcamp, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and Google Play. Please welcome the wonderful Jasmine Ellis.
Hi, everybody. Hey, my name is Jasmine Ellis. As Megan already told you guys, yes, this is a microphone in my own house. I've been performing comedy virtually and making it feel as much like a real show as possible, which I think is a super healthy coping mechanism. Maybe it's not, I can't tell. Yeah, but quarantine's been hard for everybody, so I don't want to complain. I definitely could have it worse. I'm quarantined, if you will, with my husband, who's great. He's an awesome guy. We get along great. I chose to marry him, so I did want to spend my life. Here's the thing. I wanted to be married. I don't think I realized I had to be married 100% of the time, because nobody has to be married 100% of the time in 2020. That's not how this works anymore. You have a job, you have friends, you have like a car, you have somewhere to go. Like now I'm really in the house with him all the time, fully married. And people haven't signed up to be married full time since they died when they were 32. Like now I have a whole lifetime of this, and I'm really hoping quarantine ends very soon. I love my husband though, he's great. I feel like the way I phrased that sounded like those old timey, I love my wife, but no, I really do love him, he's great. I don't know, man, I just miss working. I got laid off from my day job, so officially I'm a full-time comedian, which is fine. I didn't really like what I was doing either. I was working retail. I was working cosmetic retail, which is not essential, even though my eyebrows are fake. So to me, cosmetic retail is very essential. But yeah, I'm not able to work anymore and I'm not happy about that. But when I look back, I'm like, maybe it was time to go. I remember like my second to last shift before everything went crazy. This woman comes in and I'm just wiping down a counter and I was like, hi, how are you doing? And she was like, do you work here? And I was like, why else would I ask how you're doing? And I realized I was like, oh, that was out loud. Like I'm being a bitch in real life. Maybe customer service isn't for me. So I'm happy I'm not doing that anymore. Love comedy. Hopefully when this is all over, I can go back to doing stand-up and being amongst the people. Before this started, I was doing comedy at colleges, which was a lot of fun. It's kind of funny because college kids, people always say that they're sensitive and you can't talk about, real life issues. You totally can. They're fine. They just don't want you to be an asshole. Like don't say anything homophobic and transphobic and you can be funny. So I was telling this story about this guy I dated who cheated on me and everyone's cracking up. It's going really good. One of the last college shows I did. And I made the mistake of saying his real name. And this girl who I thought wasn't paying attention at all the whole show just like scrolls down on her phone. And then she goes, wait, is this him? And I'm like, excuse me? And while I'm on stage, she just turns the phone towards me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that is him. And then she starts handing her phone to other people in the audience. And she's just like, yeah, this is him. And I'm just trying to keep going with the jokes, trying to be funny. And then out of nowhere, it gets quiet for a second. I just hear 5'7". He's 5'7", and everyone just starts laughing. I was like, wow, you guys are supposed to be the next generation. You're supposed to be Gen Z. You're supposed to be so accepting of all different races and sexes, ethnicities. But if somebody's under 6 foot, they should just go fuck themselves. I don't understand. I don't understand your logic. But they were making fun of me, which made me feel bad. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I broke up with Todd, so I don't feel bad about it anymore. I miss performing. Like I said, I can't wait to get back to it. I've been on Facebook more, which has been a real bad use of my time. See, I went to college in rural Wichita Falls, which is just like a small part of Texas that sucks. And what I didn't realize at the time, because I added a lot of people I went to college with on Facebook, and I'm realizing a lot of them are very Trumpy type of people. And it's been very intense, the arguments I've been having lately. Like a couple weeks ago, the big thing was that it's not racist to call COVID-19 coronavirus to call it the Chinese virus. Like they were getting so mad. This one guy was just going back and forth with me and he was like, yeah, you could call it that. We don't call it racist when it's Chinese food. And I was like, are you out of your mind? Yes, that phrase is racist. You can't call a disease where it originated from because that incites people towards violence. You can't do, I mean, you know what I mean? Like also, if you call a disease where it came from, then you're just persecuting those people for no reason. You know what I mean? Did your college have a gonorrhea outbreak or a Kyle outbreak? Words matter. That's all I'm saying. But we just went back and forth. I ended up just blocking the guy. I can't wait till this is over. I can't wait to getting back to just performing and having a good life and being married like 30% of the time. That was really my jam. Because I'm telling you, absence makes the heart grow fonder. People don't like when I talk about married sex for whatever reason. Like consenting married sex grosses people out, but I love it. I love thinking about my future married sex. Like for me, my ideal porn right now would be like a Cialis commercial that gets out of hand. Like I just love imagining myself old and fucking. You guys have been awesome. That's my time. If you thought I was funny, please check out Jasmine Ellis Comedy where you can see me in front of an audience. It is better. Thanks so much for having me, Megan. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. That was amazing. I love the setup. She is always funny, regardless of an audience. You can follow Jasmine on Instagram at Jasmine Ellis Comedy for upcoming projects and shows. And now for a final round of improv commercials from Say Uncle.
Have you guys met my boyfriend?
Oh, that's who you've been
He's
hanging
so
out with?
cute.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because we are just not. You've been ditching us, Sarah. And just because someone can eat you out doesn't mean you can't eat our hearts out. You know what I mean?
Okay, she said it. She said it, and I agree. She said it, and I agree. Just because someone. Okay.
So look,
Sarah.
You would be ditching you too if you had lips like these. Have you seen lips like
How
these?
are we supposed to get lips like those, Sarah?
Yeah, what the heck? His lips are black and thin.
Those are dogs' lips.
It's our fault that we can't get those lips.
You can only lip up, not lip down.
That's really not
along the food chain.
What did you just call him?
The food chain.
You called him a dog.
Yeah, Sarah, he's a real dog.
I know what you're thinking. Are these ladies all on their cycle? They are. This wouldn't have happened if they were using Tampax. Tampax, the future.
Oh, Mom.
I said it and I'll say it again. You can't go out.
And I'll say it as your other mom. No. Yeah.
But
We're together.
why? Mom,
It's lame. It's lame you can't go out.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm your boyfriend. I wish you would come out.
I know. I just want to
In
hang out with
this
my
house,
boyfriend. Jesus.
there are no boyfriends allowed in this fundamentally Christian lesbian household.
There are only Jesus.
And that's it.
That's it. That's actually
That's it. And are you Jesus? Are you Jesus?
Are you Jesus?
No.
Are you
Sure.
Jesus Christ?
But I am.
Oh.
And I'm here to say, did I get crucified just so young girls can't go out beyond their curfew?
I mean, when you think about it, I think so.